Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to make an amazing blueberry and white chocolate mousse cake, and it doesn't require any baking at all. This is a 15 cm springform pan that I'm lining with acetate sheet. You can either line it now or after the biscuit base is done. And here I have 100 grams of plain biscuits. We need to grind these. When the biscuits have turned to crumbs, add half a teaspoon of vanilla bean paste and then grind again. Here I have 30 grams of butter and 10 grams of blueberry puree, and I'm melting them together in the microwave. Give them a good stir and then add this to the biscuit base. Run the blender again to coat the biscuits with the colored butter. Scrape the bowl once or twice and then remove the blades. Now take a spoon or a silicone spatula and stir the crumbs just to make sure they're evenly coated with butter. Now get the crumbs into the pan and level them with your spatula. When you have an even layer, it's time to press them very well into the bottom of the pan. I'm using a small burger press, but if you have a glass with a flat bottom, that's just perfect. Then take the pan to the fridge and allow it to chill for at least an hour. Hydrate 3 gelatin sheets in ice cold water and let them sit for at least 10 minutes. This will give you plenty of time to do the rest. Here I have 250 milliliters of whipping cream, it's very cold, and to it I'm adding a teaspoon of vanilla bean paste. Because it's just a small quantity, I prefer to whip the cream by hand. It usually takes me about 3 or 4 minutes to reach a very soft consistency. And this is exactly what I mean. The cream has to be pourable. And here I have 70 grams of blueberry puree with 25 milliliters of agave syrup, and to this I'm adding 15 milliliters of lemon juice and 35 grams of xylitol. Give the puree a little stir and then add 150 milliliters of whipping cream. Stir this very well and then pop it in the microwave in 10-second intervals, stirring between each one of them. As the mixture heats up, it becomes more fluid. Check the temperature, and when it's around 60 degrees Celsius, you can safely add the gelatin. Just make sure you squeeze out the excess water from the leaves and then stir very well. You'll notice that the mixture becomes very shiny and glossy as soon as the gelatin is incorporated. And then you can add 70 grams of white chocolate. Now let the chocolate sit like this for 2 minutes and then take the whisk from the whipping cream and mix very well until the chocolate melts completely. You'll notice a slight color change. After the mixture cools down a bit, it's time to add about 1/3 of the softly whipped cream. Mix this in with the whisk until it's almost homogeneous, and then scrape the sides of the bowl with the spatula. And while I do that, please hit that subscribe button. It helps a lot, more than you can imagine. Thanks! Now pour this beautiful mixture over the remaining whipped cream and mix very well, at first with the whisk and then continue with the spatula just to ensure you have a perfectly homogeneous blueberry mousse. And now you can see why I said the cream has to remain pourable. If I had whipped it more, by now the mousse would have almost set. And now, pour this beautiful fragrant mousse over the biscuit base and make sure you scrape off the sides of the bowl. Shake the pan to level the mousse and then tap it against your work surface to release the bigger air bubbles. Now it's time to refrigerate the cake for at least 4 hours. Here I have 10 grams of blueberry puree, 50 grams of white chocolate and 100 milliliters of whipping cream. I'm mixing them and then I'm heating them in the microwave in 5-second intervals until I have a perfectly homogeneous and very fluid ganache. Then, to add even more flavor and color, but also to chill the ganache a little bit faster, I'm adding 10 extra grams of blueberry puree. Stir this in and then refrigerate the ganache for at least 4 hours. After the time has passed, it's time to remove the cake from the pan and decorate it. Now take the cake in your non-dominant hand and with the dominant hand, in my case the right hand, push a softer, long offset spatula underneath the biscuit base. Make a slight left-right movement and you'll see that the cake releases quite easily. Just place it on your serving platter and you're done. And even though this seems kind of brutal, don't worry, if the cake had enough time in the fridge, it won't break. It stuck a little to the bottom of the pan because of the blueberry puree and the butter, but that's perfectly fine. Now whip the blueberry ganache on a medium speed for 3 to 4 minutes, just until you notice that it lightens in color and holds its shape. Fill a piping bag fitted with a tip you like, and let's start decorating. But before that, peel away the acetate sheet. Pipe the ganache on top of the cake in any pattern you like. Play a little, be creative. There's no right or wrong way here to do it, so just have fun. I also like to pipe a ring of ganache around the base just to cover the biscuits. And then add some fresh blueberries. But before that, it's best if you add the blueberry puree and don't do like I did, so please reverse the order here. It'll be easier to spread the puree before you add the blueberries. And you can see I have a point. Then let the cake sit in the fridge for an hour to set the ganache and the blueberry puree. And when you serve it, as always when you serve a mousse cake, wipe the knife clean between cuts. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments below how it turned out for you. Enjoy it, and until next time, Dessertophiles.